Welcome everyone. So today we are going to calculate the cost estimation of a slab. So assuming you are given a slab of 10.7 meters by 11 meters, that's a sample. So you know houses have maybe different complex shapes, but let's assume you find this. So if you calculate the area of this area is equal to 117.7 meter squared. So do you find the materials, the amount of materials required for this area? We need to know first what are the materials required for the slab. So list of materials, let's check list of materials. Number one, you will need cement. Number two, you will need sand. You will need number three, you will need hardcore, because remember you are making a slab, and before you make a slab you must prepare the floor, the ground, and the ground you will need the hardcore, you will need the DPM, you need hoop iron, and also gradiator. Number six, you will need gradiator. So having seen this, you'll need sand, cement, hardcore, gradiator, and also you will need what we call ballast if need be, but this one is not a must. So let's start by seeing what's the role of DPM. DPM in full is damp proof membrane. Damp proof membrane. So damp proof membrane only, it prevents damp from rising up from the floor to the top of the house, which is the wall, and will affect it will make the wall develop some mosses and other unnecessary growths in the wall. So the next is the hoop iron. The role of the hoop iron is to protect your building floor from horizontal forces. So it will help not to break, because it will protect, you know, it's made of steel, so it will prevent your roof flow from horizontal forces. And the maram ensures proper support for the foundation, prevents setting or shifting of the structure, and helps in maintaining structural integrity over time. So having known the required materials for all this, let's now go step by step to the next step. So let's start with calculating the area of the slab. So we've found that the area of the slab is 10.7 by 11 meters is equal to 117.7 meter squared. So if it's 117.7 meter squared, let's now assume we have a thickness of a standard thickness. For instance, in Kenya, depending on the soil, for the soil like loamy clay soil, or which has high tendency of developing of high moisture, we usually use maybe a thickness of 150 millimeters. So if you assume a thickness of 150 millimeters for a building, let's now use 150 millimeters times the area, which gives us the volume, which will give us the volume of the slab which we will need. So for the volume of the slab to calculate, So this one 150 millimeters times 117, it will give us 17.655 meter cube. This one is the volume of the slab required. Volume of slab required. And remember, we keep other things constant because like maram, hoop iron, radiator, and DPM are placed before they are the foundation, part of the foundation. So we don't consider during calculating the slab. So the slab, we need only sand. We need only sand. We need cement. And we need ballast. Only. That's now to calculate the volume of the material required for the slab itself. So for sand, we'll need for this now we'll need a ratio of you will use a ratio of 1 to 3 to 4. A ratio of 1 cement to 3 sand to 4 ballast. That is for the slab. So let's now calculate this ratio. We'll need, before we calculate the ratio now, we'll need now to know the density of each. So if you check for the densities for different, for 42.5 of 42.5 cement, we'll need, it has a density of 1442. That is for cement. Sand has a density of 1600. That's sand. And ballast has a density of 1700. That is ballast. So this one is density, density, density. Why do we need to calculate density, to find density? We need to find density so that because we have density and volume, we will now calculate the ratio in terms of mass. Because we bring materials in terms of mass. Because cement we buy in terms of kilograms, sand we buy in terms of tons, and ballast in terms of tons. So let's see now the ratio. So for cement, we'll say it is a ratio. It was a ratio of 1 to 3 to 4, and the volume was 17.655 meter cubed. So we want a ratio. This one is the slab. So we need now each part. We need cement, we need sand, we need ballast. So what do? We say we add this 1 plus 3 plus 4, it is 8. So you say 1 over 8 times the volume of this, or this volume. We now need the amount of volume for this. So times 17.655. Then times the density, which is 1442, to find the mass required for cement. So mass for cement will be, let's calculate, it will give us let's calculate, it will give us 31 kilograms divided by 50, because we buy cement in terms of 50 kg bag. We don't buy in other, but in other means. So we buy in 50 kg bag packets. So divided by 550, we get 70.62 bags. This one now is the amount, the number of bags for the slab. We'll need the number of bags for this cement. So 70.62, that's around 71 bags. That's around 71 bags. Then let's go now to sand. Sand, you do the same. It is 3 over 8 times 17.655 times 1600, which is equal to, you calculate this, it will give you 10,593, which is approximately 11 tons. That is for sand. And then we go for ballast. Ballast is equal to, it is a ratio of 4. So it is 4/8 times the volume, which is 17.655, times the density, which is 1700. It will give you around 15,006.75 kilograms, which is around 16 tons. I guess we are together. So we found 11 tons of sand. We found ballast 16 tons. 16 tons for ballast. So now if we have all this now, we can proceed to calculate now the cost. But now before you calculate the cost, remember we have what we call shrinkage. Remember we have what we call shrinkage. Shrinkage in cement and sand. Also in sand we can just say we add addition for what we call wastage. So we usually add 25% of cement and 25% of sand for shrinkage. So if we add 25% of 71 bags, 25 over 100 times 71 bags. So it will be 125 because we are just adding times 71 bags. It will give you around 89 bags of cement, and 125 over 100 times the number of tons for sand is around, sand was 11 tons. 11 tons, it will give you around 13.75 tons, which is around approximately 14 tons. This is now the amount of materials required for slab. Keeping in mind that we need maram, we need hardcore, we need DPM and hoop iron plus the radiator. So let's now go and prepare now the table of cost of each material. So to prepare the cost, we will need to now prepare the cost. We will need the item. We will write the item. You will need description. We'll write description. You will need a unit, quantity, and then price per quantity, and then total amount. So let's draw the lines for each. This one is the item, description, unit, quantity, price, and then total amount. So just draw the table. Then let's start by listing the materials first. So we'll need maram, because we are preparing the foundation before we make slab. So we need maram, we need hardcore, we need DPM, we need hoop iron, and we need radiator, we need cement, we need sand, and we need ballast, and we also need the hardcore. Hardcore are the stones we put before we place the maram. So for this case, so you will need around 150 millimeters of maram thickness for all the area. It will give you around maram will need around 3 tons. So description is in terms of tonnage. Quantity, so units tons, we have 3 tons, and then price per for in Kenya. So price in shillings is around 700 Kenya shillings, and then total amount is 700 times 3, which is 2,100. Then we go to hardcore. So the hardcore, we need the medium size. It is also measured in terms of tons. We need 4 tons for this case, and then 500 each, which will give us 2,000. So finally you will get 335.06.25 Kenya shillings. So this one is the total cost of materials, having added the labor. Labor is always 25%. Labor is 25% of the total cost of materials. So we've listed all the materials for and others for preparing the foundation before making the slab. So I guess you've learned something. Kindly thank you for your time. Kindly, if you have any question, please leave a comment. I will make another video. So the next video I'll be making is about preparing for the wall, how to make the cost of materials for the wall, and then we go for roofing. After roofing, we'll come now for finishing. So thank you now. Thank you for this time. Kindly subscribe and leave a comment if you have any question, so that I can become motivated to make more videos. Thank you so much.